Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the Coulomb's law in electrostatic. Now first of all we are going to discuss the forces which are classified into important categories as contact forces and non-contact forces. In contact forces we are dealing with frictional forces, normal reactions and the tensional forces. In non-contact forces it's a gravitational force, magnetic force. Now let us see how the charges they are moving when they are of opposite in nature. So obviously they start attracting to each other. Electrostatic force is a non-contact force. So French scientist Charles de Coulomb gives the law these non-contact forces which was called as Coulomb's law's force. Now let us understand Coulomb's law of force in detail. It states that the force of attraction or repulsion between 2-point charges at rest is directly proportional to the product of magnitude of the charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them and acting along the line joining the two charges. Mathematically, if the two charges are present, so which are separated at a distance r, so F is directly proportional to product of Q1 and Q2, inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, and when we combine these equations, a constant of proportionality is introduced having the value 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Let us understand the Coulomb's law in detail. Now this particular value which we call as the Coulomb's law of force in electrostatic, where epsilon naught plays a very important role, which is the permittivity of the free space or the medium. And when the same charges which are equal magnitude and separated by a particular distance, they are placed in another medium than here, so epsilon naught permittivity plays a very important role. Having this particular value and 8.85 into 10 is to the power minus 12 units of epsilon we can calculate from the given formula, that is Coulomb square per Newton per meter square. So mathematically we use this in order to calculate the constant of proportionality. So let us continue Coulomb's law, as we know that forces which have the magnitude as well as the direction, so definitely force is a vector quantity. So let us study the Coulomb's law in vector form. Now Coulomb's law in vector form we are going to discuss. Let us consider the two charges Q1 and Q2 if they are of the particular magnitude. For example, if both the charges are of same nature, so obviously we are getting a force of repulsion on 1 due to 2 and second due to 1. So we call force on 1 due to 2 or the y2. So which is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 r cube in magnitude, and vector is represented because second charge plays an important role effects on the force on the charge 1. So we calculate it as r21. So this is very important if here the charges are of similar nature, and we are getting on the charge 2 F21, that is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon r cube and r12. So here r12 indicate that is the position of the charge 2 from 1. Now let us continue the same concept, because this r12 and r21 plays a very important role. This r12 is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction, and that is why accordingly the forces they affects, because force is a vector quantity. So they are only distinguished between the signs and its direction. So in combined way we can say that this particular value which is marked with the red circle having a constant magnitude, but this is the value of the force on 1 due to 2, and ultimately they are connected with one another with this result, that is force on second due to 1 is equal to minus force on 1 due to 2. Also from here we can say the Coulomb's law verify the Newton's third law also. So let us continue the same. The magnitude of this force is given by the formula. In magnitude we can write down. Let us understand the reflection on this particular topic what we have understood till now. Number 1, the Coulomb's force is true only for dash charges. Number 1, moving. Number 2, static. Number 3, both A and B. And number 4, none of these. Yes, the correct option is static. Come to the second one. The force of attraction or repulsion between the two stationary point charges is dash to the product of their charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Number 1, inversely proportional, equal. Third, directly proportional, is greater than. Yes, it is directly proportional. Next question is, the condition that should satisfy for the Coulomb's law is, it is only true for the static charges. It acts along the line joining the two charges considered to be a point charge. It is true for moving charges, both A and B. Yes, the correct option is both A and B. Thank you.